my camera sucks. Welcome to another Rowdy Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. That can mean one thing and one thing only. It is a brand new episode of A Worthy Addiction.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, a show like no other, hosted by none other than me and my Rowdy brother. So I would not waste any time introducing him. Ladies and gentlemen, in the state of Texas, they know him as the Slingshot Gobbler. But here, AWA, we know him as Unworthy. Is that right, a collector?
Did you say the Slingshot Gobbler?
The Slingshot Gobbler. I don't know. I felt it was like a catchy name, so I don't know.
That is catchy. And the star of the show, the main attraction, the handsome fellow over here. He's going to be older than dirt in a couple days. He is none other than Mr. Toy Addict 17.
Thank you for that beautiful intro. And if you're watching this live, or if you're hanging out with us tonight, whoever joins us, whether you're early, whether you're late, we appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support, hanging out with us. Don't forget to hit that like button.
That's right.
Yeah, Worthy, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man.
How's my camera? Camera's shitty right now.
Your camera's fine. It's your audio that's kind of sucks right now. I don't know
what you got going on. I don't know what's going on today.
I don't know, man. It's falling apart. You know, we have some fantastic guests that have legitimate podcasts that are all consummate professionals, and here you are sounding like you're recording in a porta-john.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
I mean, I could hear you before. I'm just saying the quality is not there.
Yeah, quality is a little crappy today. I don't know what's going on. I'm having technical difficulties. Might have to upgrade some of my my gear here. But how's your week been, dude?
Dude, it's been a fucking hell of a week at work. I am glad that I'm on vacation starting tomorrow. And again, I'm on vacation again starting tomorrow. I get to do that a lot now. How about yourself?
Good. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, man, that's way better. I don't know what you did. You fixed it. Thank goodness.
Yeah, so no, I'm good. I fixed that. That's one thing that's done. Yeah, no, week's been crazy, man. A lot of behind the scene things, which I'm also going to talk about tonight. After we put the spotlight on our guests tonight, we talk to them and hang out with them tonight and shoot the shit and go on tangents like we normally do, man. Like you know how we do here.
We won't keep our esteemed podcasting professional guests waiting in the wings any longer. We're going to bring them right in. The stars of the I've Got a Bad Feeling About This podcast, which you can find everywhere that you find Spotify, Apple, all that. Wherever you find your podcast. None other than Mr. Chizzle and the Millennium Falcon or Millennium Fallen. Here he is. So we got
the Millennium falling asleep.
Fuck. Oh man. Oh, sorry guys. Oh. Man,
see, we kept him waiting too long. You know, his AARP is in the mail too. He can't stay up past 8 o'clock most nights.
I just thought I was being tech support for Danny on his computer because I was screaming at the screen, going, "Is your computer plugged in?" You know, I'm going through the methods, the steps, and
you know what, Fallen? You doing like voiceovers for me as you see my lips moving would have been fucking great. I think that should be like the next episode. We should definitely do that.
Yeah.
Man. We are very excited to have you guys on tonight. I am especially excited because this guy over here, he doesn't know anything about Star Wars. Nothing at all.
Time out.
I know what that's like.
I know a little bit about Star Wars, okay? I know a little bit. I think I know enough to get a pass with the Star Wars community. You know what I'm saying? Like this was a party.
You got to pass with me, bro. You got to pass. I already know you know. You probably know more than me. And I've seen more than you, you know.
I don't honestly like my growing up. My dad is a big Star Wars fan, like big Star Wars fan.
And you
like,
learned nothing from him.
And nothing. I was not at all. Like I thought I was like, why is this? What is this going on? Like I was more into like, if I was into like anything like space at the time growing up, I was into like Kiss Me, the Phantom of the Park. That was my Star Wars. That was my Star Wars. It's weird, right?
Oh, yeah.
Weird. I grew up with that. I thought that was great. I thought that was like my my Star Wars.
You're like, dudes in makeup is way better than dudes in costumes.
Dudes in makeup is better than dudes kissing sisters in no makeup.
They're from space. Huh? They're kind of like Guar. Kiss is from space.
Yeah, of course they are.
It's space. They're space. One of them is called the Spaceman.
Right.
Hey,
right.
That's Star Wars. They fight for our existence to rock or party or I don't know.
Right.
It's one of them.
Night,
you know.
Yeah, right. I agree.
I think they are they the ones that salute us if we're about to rock and roll. That's them, right? We salute you. I don't know nothing about Kiss, so you're just gonna fucking
never seen it.
Now you know how I feel. I know nothing about Star Wars. Teach me.
Isn't that the song "Those About to Rock"? We salute you.
Yes, yes, that is Kiss. It is. It was on the Bill and Ted 2 soundtrack. Bill and Ted, when they united the world with music, they united the world with Kiss, a cover song, which is weird, you know. So
it must be. What
I salute Bill and Ted. Because they all are also time travelers through space and time. Where Star Wars is just space, not just time. Or there's no time. I don't know.
They haven't figured out the time part.
No, it was a long time ago. That's as far as they know.
Yeah.
I will say I have a great respect for the lore of Star Wars and for the fans too, loyal fans, because there are some hard
up that lore.
Dude, we talk about it all the time. These fans are some of the worst.
We get that a lot in like DC fans. I always say they're the worst fucking type of fans. Comic book fans overall, they're the worst.
Comic books are different because comic books start a new story every time. And how can this character live 3,000 stories in one? You know, and they change everything every different series of comic books. Right. That's understood. You know, because you're grabbing this issue and reading it, and it's a series. Whereas Star Wars, like it's either the movies, the books, the cartoons, or what canon are you talking about here? You know,
right.
I think for a lot of average fans like Danny, the continuity, the canon, it gets all muddy, and he don't have no idea of anything that's not episodes 3, 4, and 5, or 4, 5, and 6. You don't really have much of a clue about any of it.
I have no idea. I just know that there's a Darth Vader.
Yes.
A Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
Princess Leia.
You're on fire so far.
Princess Leia. Han Solo.
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
Okay.
Wow, you're killing it.
Do you know any B-side characters?
Palpatine.
Palpatine.
Do I know Palpatine, right? Palpatine? What is it? Palpatine or Palpatine?
He's the Puerto Rican guy who he goes like,
Palpatine.
Hey.
Right. Puerto Rican, a Hispanic Star Wars would be Lucas would be
Lucas.
And then Darth Vader would be Dark Victor. We don't want to call him Vader, we call him Victor. Darth Victor. And then it would be Palpatine.
He doesn't know much about the actual Star Wars, but we did. He does a lot about the telenovela or
Hey, Darth Vader, where's your son? I don't know. They lost him in the sand.
Oh man,
sorry.
Well, we got the chat here tonight with us. We're gonna pop over to the chat real quick, say hello to some people. We got. Oh, look at this. We got one of the guests already in the chat as well.
Hey, yo.
We got Rel Collects. What up? No Cody Crybabies. Cody is still crying after Drew became the new WWE champion, and it's about goddamn time that
it is about time. It is about time.
Not for Drew.
Round of applause for Drew finally getting his title in front of fans. You know, this is the guy that held it down. You know, not to go off track here. This is the guy who held the WWE down when there was COVID. You know, we had no fans. He was selling it like he
still has no fans.
He does. No, he's actually really good. No, I disagree. He has a lot of fans. I think we've all been rooting for him, and we wanted him. Like, it took a while for him to get this title. I think it's just it was the right time and the right person to take the title from. Well deserved for Drew.
It really was a now or never situation. If they didn't take the title off Cody and put it on somebody else, if they didn't put it on Drew, they weren't ever going to put it on Drew. If they didn't do it now, it was now or never.
I read that it was reason for the title change was because Cody had a new baby, so they wanted to give Cody some time off to kind of spend time with. I heard it was
because he was walking up onto his bus and he stubbed his pussy on the handle. That's what I heard.
Did he?
Pussy? What are you, Mike Tyson?
It's pussy. He's got the hair lip, you know. Let's see who else we got. We got Ed Nice. What's up, Ed Nice? Go check out Latin Legions. We got Chain Brothers. What's up?
What up?
Tripping with Toys. Happy post hump day. That's right. We're gonna keep it humping all week long.
Just for you.
That's right.
Now, guys, quick question. Yeah. Well, before I'm curious, but I didn't mean to cut you off. But I'm real curious. The title of the podcast.
Yes.
It's a saying that I've heard many times in my personal life.
Yeah.
So I've heard that many times in my life.
I'm absolutely sure you have.
I got a bad feeling about this. I love
most of the time it's after coitus, not before coitus. So
I was before and after. Like it's weird. So
and during
when a worthy said, "Hey, these guys have a podcast," and then he said the title, I'm like, "Hey."
Out in pain, you know. It's another line from Star Wars, just so you know.
I'm just
I might have
curious.
got that wrong too.
You did.
Where did the name for the podcast come from? Like, how did you guys think of that? Like, it was just something like
we were just sitting here bullshitting, and I was like, we were going back and forth, and I said, "Dude, I got it. A bad feeling about this." And
nice.
Jonathan's like, "Oh shit, that works perfect." So yeah, it just
we were thinking like that's no moon, and we're like that's not good enough, and then he just came out like I got a bad feeling about this. I'm like, bro, we're thinking of a name. Like, come on,
all right.
And honestly, it's like that you hear that in almost every piece of Star Wars entertainment shows.
It's said in like every movie. So
you hear it in every
to our
single
intro,
film.
it plays not every single one, but every other kind of mannerism that they say it in our intro. So it's just I've got a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling. It's every character saying it that you ever knew. You know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It all fits. It's fantastic. One of the things that I don't think is fantastic at all is Fallen's Chewbacca. I think he's very piss poor Chewbacca.
I still can't do it. Like I can't roll my R's, bro. Like I can't do any of that shit. I can do some voices like Arnold. If it was an Arnold podcast or something, that'd be good.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, so do Arnold as Chewbacca.
Is
that easier?
I'm going to growl. I'm going to be real hairy. I'm going to be
Here's a go on, Kevin. Do Chewbacca as Danny. Do Chewbacca as Danny.
Me
or Danny as Chewbacca.
Yeah,
hey, bro, I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah,
it's your Avengers.
Cobra Dad, what's up, Cobra Dad?
What's up, Cobra Dad?
That guy
who's going viral, by the way. Who's going viral?
For what now?
He's got to get that checked out then.
Yeah.
He wants to get it nipped in the butt now before he goes bacterial. That's for fucking sure.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we like to kick the show off with a starter question, warm-up question, get the conversation going, get the creative juices flowing. And I thought since it's a Star Wars-centric episode, I would give us a Star Wars question. And the question of the night is, what type of ship would you pilot in Star Wars? Could be a freighter, a frigate, a starfighter, any kind of ship you want. And what would you call it?
All right.
I'll go ahead and start. I think I would want to rock something that is close to the Razor Crest, because I feel like the Razor Crest is the mullet of the spaceships in Star Wars. And the Rowdy Boyz need a good mullet.
Because it only lasted for like 2 episodes. Is that
well? Because it's all business in the front. War up front. It's a strong offensive vehicle. But then party in the back. It's got the big backspace. We could throw party, get a bunch of Twi'lek dancers in the house.
It's just a rip off from Spaceballs.
It's kind of shiny. It's oily. I don't know. Silver.
Yeah, I think I would want something that's like a freighter that can fight. That we can have parties in the back with the dancing girls, and Danny could get drunk off of some galactic mead and say, "Come to the galactic titty bar with me." And I think I would call it Rowdy 1. I mean, that's what I would name.
I like it.
Right.
I would
How
choose
go ahead, go Fallen.
I would choose a TIE fighter just because I want to be the person to make the noise. You know, I would just be like,
Yeah.
like as I'm like gunning down other people, just I don't know. I just like a ball with wings, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
I've
have
made
wings
that
on your
before.
balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you call it?
Fuck. I don't know. TIE fighter, that's mine. I don't know. I'd spray paint it. I'd put some like ghetto tags on it and shit.
TIE Fighter AF.
It'd be stolen.
Yeah.
How about you, Chizzle?
Look, my favorite ship is the Imperial shuttle.
Hmm.
The
Lambda?
Lambda class. Yeah. That's my favorite ship. And I have no idea why. It's just my favorite ship. Something like that.
It's just really slow and easy going. You know, it's just for transporting people. It's the one with the 3 wings, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the 3. That's why.
Yeah.
Because it's the so.
Well, my ball's got 2 wings and it screams.
It goes like this. Oh! When it goes by.
Bro, that was mine. You just stole my ball fighter.
Ball.
How about you, Danny? What kind of ship are you flying? Oh,
I would do the awkward. Excuse me, the awkward ship. I would definitely do the
Y
Do
wing.
you mind?
Yeah.
Do you mind? I would do. What's the? Can I pick any ship?
any ship you want.
That's the game.
I'm gonna do the. What's the big ball one that with the Death Star? Right. I would do the Death Star.
You would
I mean,
have you would
technically
pilot
it's a
the
ship.
Death Star.
Yeah.
Technically.
It's a ship, right?
It's a ship. Yeah.
It's a ship.
It's a
I would
glorified ship.
do the Death Star. I would definitely
Well-
do the Death Star.
What would your Death Star be called?
Ball stick.
The ball stick.
Ball stick. It would be ball stick. And hear me out, right? So see, I know about Star Wars. So you know how it looks like a Pokeball? Like mine, it doesn't look like a Pokeball, but mine would look like a Pokemon ball. Like it would be the
Okay.
same colors.
Okay.
And then like when you go in, it's like you have like a fur carpet on the floor. It would look like
Everywhere.
Austin Powers' plane. Remember when the bed kind of spins? Type
It'd be like
shit, and then
Star Wars is
right.
made in the 70s, but this is actually 70s.
This
themed.
this is actually 70. No, it would be like it would have a lot of the tie-dye, like and it would be a lot of
Tie-dye
dancing,
draperies and your
a lot of
bare fur
dancing, a lot of
carpets.
disco dancing, and then I'm just like sitting at the at this like throne, not a throne, it's more like a gold throne with like my face on
Nothing
both
too
sides, and
fancy.
Your Palpatine.
Yeah.
right, it would be great, and I would just be there. And then here's the kicker, ready? Right at the front where they like managing the ball stick on the top, there's like the handle, the rear view mirror, there's like the dice, just like like we got like a thing of
The
dice
fur
there.
dice.
Like, yeah, the fur dice. That would be me, man. That would be
And
my
then when
thing,
we
man.
try
I'd
to
had
like,
a lot of
infiltrate
cheetah
like
print.
his shit, like
Yeah.
there's codes and stuff, and
Yeah.
we fly into a zone, and he goes, it's an old smell, but it checks out.
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'll be mine. My millennial Breath Star. I like that. I should have thought of that. Breath Star would be great. No, I would definitely call it the ball stick.
Dude,
Instead
if it
of,
was a giant boob, you need
Yeah,
two,
instead of a
though.
Pokeball. Yeah.
Right,
It
like,
has
yeah,
a little
the-
nipple, the laser,
Dude,
the laser
dude, my
shoots out the
business-
nipple.
My business card is a Death Star Pokeball that looks like it has a nipple on it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Chizzle's already got you hooked up for your spaceship.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't
No,
want to
definitely.
downgrade. I've got a bad feeling about this, our podcast, but I did learn that in the original Star Wars trilogy that there was 2 Death Stars. I thought that the first one blew up, but there was only like, pieces still left, and that's why it looked like that in Return of the Jedi. I thought
Yeah.
that part of it blew up, by sending the missile and how it bent down that tube, which makes no sense, but whatever. I don't care. I'm a kid.
Well, we don't. It's science fiction. We don't need it to make
Yeah.
sense.
They've been working on this other Death Star, and they just brought it back
First
for the
rule
third
of,
film.
First rule of government is why build one when you can build 2 for 4 times the cost.
Right.
I didn't even think about that.
When you think about it, it
Is
makes
that like in Star
absolute
Wars?
sense.
They say that?
No.
Do they?
They say that in America.
Yeah.
Sorry, wrong person to ask. I'm sorry.
I mean, this is the reason why, like, California is trying to build a speed rail from Modesto to LA, and it goes from farm country to farm country, and nobody fucking rides it because it's not even built. But yet we spent billions of dollars on it.
Oh.
So hey,
So
sorry to get Star Wars
you're
political.
telling me, Fallen, that you thought that the Death Star was just the reason that it was all smashed up in Return of the Jedi is because it was the same one that had already blown up.
That's what I thought, because I watched the movie a million times as a kid, never really sat down and studied every little word and verbiage about it. The key lines, yeah, I knew them. The side characters, I kind of knew them from the toys. That's about it. It was just a movie that I saw all the time. Movies,
In the beginning of the movie with the crawl, it says the second Death Star.
Reading? Bro, reading?
Thank you.
It's literally the first fucking thing you see in the movie.
Bro, that's reading. I'm watching Star Wars with pew pews and
I'm glad you beat me to the punch, Chizzle, because that's what was going to be my question. You're telling me that you thought that in the crawl, when they said the second Death Star,
yes,
they were just building it out of the scraps of the other.
I think to this day I've not read the crawl at all in any of the Star Wars films.
I think any of them. We need to do a fan cut of Fallen in Imperial gear, but he's like, you're playing Obadiah Stane. And it said, Moff Tarkin built this in a cave with a box of straps.
Bro, you saw Star Wars?
Holy shit. Well, so tell us a little bit about the I Got a Bad Feeling About This podcast. I know this was your guys' group effort, but it was more Chizzle's brainchild. And so Chizzle, I'll call this like a sales pitch. There might be some people watching this show that haven't heard of the I've Got a Bad Feeling About This podcast. So tell us a little bit about it. Make these fuckers want to listen to your show.
All right. So it kind of started, I'd come on Hoodcast occasionally, and I'd always tell them what they got wrong and shit like that. And then
which is a lot.
Yeah.
It's
So
gotta be exhausting.
And I start sharing stories about other collectors and stuff. And they're always like, "Are you kidding me? What the fuck, dude? I can't believe the collectors are that crazy." So we had a guest on, and just having him on kind of blew up, especially in all the vintage groups and stuff. What the guy that runs the biggest group, the guy that was taking over for him, he made a breakdown, a timeline of our podcast. And they said this, and we're talking shit about us. And then another person said, "Hey, they were
butthurt."
Yeah. Oh, another person, he sent me the thing. He said, "Hey, I got sent this. They're complaining about it." And then after that, I think it was the same one. We were talking about some guy who got, what was his name? The Luke Skywalker dude. That was like the child molester or something.
Oh, yeah. I forget his name.
Wait. Yeah, dude.
No, he played old Luke at convention.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It was like Fluke Skywalker or something like that.
Fluke Skywalker.
And he looks like old Luke.
Fluke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
he was a known not professional, but he would go to conventions.
Yeah.
Known cosplayer.
So,
and yeah, he turned out to be a creep. And I did a whole episode on the creeps of Star Wars collecting.
And people were pissed at us about it, and they're like, "Oh no, he's a good guy. He's a good guy." We're like, "No, this dude's a piece of shit." And literally, maybe 2 days after that, he admitted to everything. So everything was true. So a lot of, like I said, we pissed off a lot of people, and of course, we look at it as, "Oh fuck, people are mad. Let's just keep going.
Yeah,
let's just keep doing."
So
this.
the idea of the podcast, we have the moniker "Exploring the Dark Side of Star Wars," and it's not the Force. It's about collectors. It's about
the fans
mass hating movies, or leaving evil comments on Rotten Tomatoes and shit like that. It's about the fandom. It's exploring the dark side of fandom, and we've done that. Like Chizzle knows a lot about the inner collecting of Star Wars figures, because you got to think, other than Pokemon, what's the oldest collectible, like other than gold and shit? Star Wars figures have been around Like they're like one of the first toys that blew up and became gold, and they still are. You know, and there's tons of fakes, there's tons of repros, there's all kinds of shit, there's all kinds of inner fighting, there's people selling drugs and pawning off fakes, and like there's all kinds of weird fucking stories with this. There's celebrities involved, there's weird shit going on, you know. And it all needs to be investigated because it's weird. There's tons of gatekeeping and big money.
One of the stories we talked about, Jonathan was like, wait a minute, I know this story from Opie and Anthony. And he's like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was
Junkman.
Yeah,
he's a known Star Wars YouTuber.
He's like, I didn't realize that was a Star Wars thing. I just remember this whole thing. So like, you know, I would just tell him stories about shit. He's like, dude, we gotta do a whole show on this. And it just kind of blew up. You know, we talk a lot of shit primarily about, you know, the vintage collectors because there's just so much material there. That whole collecting group, there's, you know, it's full of, you know, people that throw around their money, a lot of egos, a lot of gatekeeping, all kinds of shit like that.
Some really good characters that, like, you know how like people make fun of presidents and stuff like that, and they use
really they do
you know, like late night shows. So it's like there's one collector, and we don't say his name, we say it here periodically, you can learn it online, but we call him Big Mac because he's a big dude and his name starts with M. But he is so comical on his rants and everything, and how he is all super childish. It's great. He gives us so much material, but we only do special episodes on him.
we could do so much, and we gotta, like, you know, kind of hold off sometimes to be like, dude, we could do 3 shows in a row about this fucking guy alone. Like, he's thrown temper tantrums, he was selling shit, he was beating the shit out of this cardboard back to a 12 the original 12 stand, had a piece of cardboard on the back, just beating the shit out of it, throwing a fit. Dude, he told somebody to blow their head off.
During that was a big one.
So I remember that episode you guys were talking about some of his stuff, and he had orchestrated some funeral service for his fucking members.
Yeah, so that's going on actually right now. He set up a thing. It's supposed to be a charity where you pay him every month, and then when you die, they'll sell your collection for you.
Give a portion to your family. Do you think they're gonna cherry pick that shit?
So they did this, and people started looking at the fine print. Wait a minute, I got to pay $20 a month minimum, and then you're gonna come out and you're gonna look at my collection, and you're gonna post it and sell everything, and you're gonna take a minimum of 12%. On top of that, you're gonna charge for your travel, your room, board, all that shit to come out and assess my collection.
This sounds
that's
crazy,
all coming out of the proceeds from it. So
doesn't this sound crazy? Like, this blew my mind. I'm like, how would anyone do any of this?
How does anybody hear this? Get this pitch?
There is people who are doing this.
So
people are already doing this, and I was like, I want to go in as a secret agent and pay the $20 and just, you know, lie about the shit I have and give them false pictures of Chizzle's collection, you know, because
and that's the thing. Where you're going to go in and you're going to cherry pick all the good stuff. Say you want it for yourself. You're not going to be honest about it. There's just so many things wrong with it. And a lot of people are like, dude, if you have a big collection, you have an idea of what's going to happen when you die. Hey, I told my wife, call this guy. You give her a list of names, you know, deal with these people. Don't go to these people. I don't know anybody who's just doesn't even think about that. They're like, oh, hey, well, my wife will know what to do with it. No, she won't. Dude, she's going to have so much other shit to deal with.
Right.
Especially, you know, if it's a sudden thing. I get if maybe you have cancer and things like that. You can maybe plan it a little better.
And who's the easiest person to take advantage of? Like a widowing spouse,
a grieving wife.
Yeah, grieving wife.
So there's just so many things that seemed wrong with it. So I was just looking. They've done 3 auctions to date. And there is so much unsold stuff from these auctions. And I'm just like, wait a minute. You'd be better off just posting this shit on eBay. I'm looking at the stuff that's in there, and they've had to lower the opening bids multiple times. and it still has 0 bids on it. Right now, just as an example, there's a Power of the Force 2 Millennium Falcon still in the box sealed. Opening bid on it right now is $30. And there's 0 bids on it and it's in its 3rd auction right now. Nobody has bought it.
Well,
that
part of the problem is like
sell
they're
$100
trying
on
to
eBay.
do their own auction house, like, and have this conglomerate where they control every facet of this.
Yeah, you gotta
problem.
pay to be even in the auction, I'm sure.
It's like all the video game markets and the auction houses that own like everything else. Like it's all those markets, like the coin boom, how that happened. It's all crazy. Like everyone wants to be this monopoly where they own every facet of the collectible shit that they're moving, you know, and dude, everyone sees right through it, but they're so small that no government's gonna step in. No one's gonna fucking sue them.
I mean, he's got it's like a legit 501c all that shit, because it's not hard to set up a nonprofit. So I mean that's all legit. But I'm looking at it, I was like, ooh, when all this is done, there's barely going to be any money left for the family. Like, you could have sold all this shit. You could have had anybody come in and just put this shit on eBay, and they would have made way more money. Just having anybody come in and, hey, could you help out? Post all this shit on eBay for me. I'll give you, 10% or whatever just for listing the shit. So eBay takes their 15%. You got that's 25%. That would cost, you'd be saving money by having somebody else come and do that shit instead of their fucking stupid ass service.
So that's just one facet of the Star Wars collectibles, and that's one guy. But the whole huge market and all these different groups on Facebook and elsewhere, I mean, there's a huge hate on repros and how to, like, repros means reproductions, like some of the little guns, just the little guns,
right?
If they're correct for the right figure, $250 or
easily. Multiple $200, $300, $400 guns. Some of them are certain molds, things like that. And I mean, there's some that are only like, $10 that aren't expensive. Some of them can be even $5, but you've got a lot of people that pass them off as originals. You've got people that are making them to pass the tests that they used to use. So if you put an old like blaster in water, a real one will float, a fake one would sink.
It's a duck.
Now you've got people that are intentionally changing the plastic to make it so that they float for no reason other than to try to pass it off as original.
So is this something that is it's hard to verify? It's getting harder to verify.
It is getting harder. Before, you could look at it and be like, oh no, that's fake, or you just threw it in like a bowl of water and the real ones would float and the fake ones would sink real easy. Now they're switching the plastic, making it so that these things float also. The molds are getting better. You can 3D scan stuff. The quality is just getting better. 3D printing isn't quite there yet, I don't think, to make these, but you've also got guys that, because of this, they're becoming experts on identifying real and fake stuff. Like, there are guys that can look at a weapon and they can tell you what factory it's made in.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Star Wars figures. Like, it was made all over the fucking world. Not like the action figures we're used to in our era, even the 80s, for certain figure lines and stuff that we still collect to this day, like turtles and stuff. Star Wars figures were made all over the fucking place. So you got guys who can tell where this figure, just by paint apps, just by, molds, effects and stuff like that, they can tell,
Yeah, you can really get into it. So I collect Biker Scouts. I've got an army of vintage Biker Scouts on my shelf. It's 200 figures. Now, you would just see it and be like, oh, there's a Biker Scout.
$200,000.
There's, but then if it's made in Mexico, it has a different face. The mask, it's called a short mouth.
It's a little bit shittier,
It's got a
like they were taking siesta.
It's funny because that's like the Mexican one is my
I've never seen one. So
that's my grail. That's my grail is a carded Lily Letty figure. But there's 18 different variants of a Biker Scout alone. just the regular version, not including the Mexican version, not including the Spanish one, not including the one made in Macau, things like that. There's so many different ones, and it could be the littlest thing, a dent on the chest. When you turn it over on the back of the belt, you can have one that's got 2 squares, a circle, a square, 2 circles, all kinds of different stuff. How many ribs are on their helmet?
He's like the Rain Man of Star Wars.
Hey, what the fuck?
These
he'll keep going, bro.
People don't, most people wouldn't think about, but Star Wars fans get into this shit. Well, wait a minute.
Yeah,
this one has,
and they fucking
this
fight
one has
about
seven vents on the 7 vents on the helmet, the indent on the chest, and the 2 squares on the back belt. Okay. Oh wait, this one has skin. There's one. It's bird legs, where the legs are just a little bit skinnier.
And most people are like, so what are we looking at? $20?
Yeah, most people have no idea, and it can the value can change from being a $20 figure to a $200.
And it's weird.
Figure.
Even the bootlegs, the old school bootlegs, go for fucking money.
Oh yeah, the vintage bootlegs. That's a whole other thing.
Bootlegs that were made back then.
Yeah,
and so you got to tell the difference. It's wow, it gets crazy, and that's because Star Wars figures are money, just like Pokemon or whatever else. Like it retains its value, the old school shit. So yeah, and that's why you have all these arguments.
So it's getting harder to tell, but there's still people out there that can tell, and
they will never say they cannot tell.
There's a lot of online resources. There's the Imperial Gunnery was the very first one. That one has been up for a long time, and it would show you the different repros, how to identify them, that kind of stuff. And then there's Variant Villain, which gets into all the variants of the figures and everything. And the same thing, it shows you all the different weapons, how to identify it. It'll tell you what factory they were made in. Was it a Cater? Was it a Smile factory? Things like that. And it makes a big difference now because there's only so many figures in the collection. There's 92 total if you include the last 17 and all that. So once you've collected 92, what else are you going to do? Well, wait, now I want the brown haired Luke, not the blonde hair. Oh wait, no, there's an orange one. I want the orange one. Oh, I want the one that's kind of green. So people start going after all these different things.
All the variants.
Yeah. So that becomes a whole thing by itself.
But then there's people who go, I want to collect Star Wars and just buy a whole first set collection. Go, I'm a Star Wars collector now. I got money, so I can just throw money around and I can start my own group because this original ICCC, whatever, intergalactic, trading fucking post doesn't accept me. So I can start my own group now and start my own rules, and it's big money that is still being traded, but with different rules now, you know, it's weird.
It sounds like the rules just get made up on the fly.
They do. They're constantly changing. Like I got kicked out of the group, and one of the things was, we let everybody here. We just let everyone in to play Star Wars. We only kick you out if you break the rules. Like
we let everybody in except for you. You're an asshole.
So, and I called the dude out on it. I said, dude, that's bullshit. I got kicked out of the group. Why'd I get kicked out of the group? And I said, the response I got was literally, you keep bad company. And it was only because
not talking about me, though.
I was in another group.
I almost said I agree.
It was because I'm in another Facebook group that they don't like the people in that group, and they removed me from it. And
guilty by association.
I said, dude, you're full of shit. You're a fucking liar. And he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And I said, yes, you do. I know you've had this conversation. And I said, I know.
Block.
I said, we talked about this on the podcast. And he's like, I don't know what podcast you're talking about. I've never heard anyone. I was like, again, you're a fucking liar because I have the screenshot that you sent to somebody else talking about the podcast. So you're full of shit if you say you never heard it, never heard about it, and don't know anything.
It must piss him off when you got receipts too. Like,
full of shit.
And then he goes,
when they block you,
that burns your ass.
Then he goes off on a tangent. He's like, well, I don't know about that, but I'm just working on going on 7 years of putting on the best fucking convention and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude,
you serve orange chicken and fun-sized Snickers as your platinum collection.
It's a shitty convention. I heard last time he just pays for guests to show up. That's his thing. You know, last convention, I heard he had 50 vendors there. It's like, dude, I've never had that few vendors at one of my shows. I'd be embarrassed if I only had 50 vendors.
Chizzle does amazing shows, toy shows. He does.
Yes, we hear quite a lot about them on Hoodcast AF, the Concord toy shows.
La Purga Universe Battle Toys.
I mean, out of all the groups, there is one group that remains like the quintessential group. Not quintessential. It only has so many members, but it's the shit talking group, and it's called the Diagnoga Trash Talk Group, which is named after the trash monster that's in the trash compactor that it's on episode 1. And
do you know how many tentacles the Diagnoga have?
Diagnoga has maybe 700 members in it, and like I said, it's not a big group, but it's kind of
the leader of that group is named Jim Jones, and we've had him on the podcast. We're gonna get him back again.
Yes.
It's not his real name. He coined it that, because he does drink the Kool-Aid or he hands it out, whatever. I don't know. He explained it and I didn't listen.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah. Like I was at Star Wars Celebration where he actually was ready to fight Big Mac.
Jim Jones is a big dude, and so is Big Mac.
He ran up on him and was ready to fight him. So, and then I was also there when we had trade night, and Big Mac showed up and saw him, turned bright red, turned and left Celebration completely after that.
Fucking ran.
Yeah, literally ran and came up to San Francisco.
He ain't about that.
No.
He ain't about getting called out. Most people don't like it when they get called out and corrected and exposed.
They
don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean they don't.
Hearing all this just kind of sums a lot of things up for me. It makes me appreciate that I don't know shit about Star Wars, so I could just not say anything. So I don't have to get into these debates or arguments, but it also it makes me feel bad for those who do know. I'm glad I'm not having a conversation about a toy or something or what's fake or not, because then the entire time I would be like, yeah, the whole time, I'll just shake my head. Yeah. I'll agree with everything.
He's a yes.
I would probably be the one to start a big fight because this person's saying that's a bootleg and this person's like, no, that's not a bootleg. And I'm like,
then he'd be like, you know what? You should go hit that motherfucker.
Fuck, just standing there looking back and forth oh, fuck,
Danny,
what I do now?
Your Art the Clown animatronic back there is a bootleg, bro. Yeah,
no, it's not.
Don't even try to fake it. Don't even try to fake it, bro.
I am so happy you said that because I actually mentioned this before. It was a bootleg when I purchased it, right? It's just an animatronic. But once it got signed by the actor, it
David
became
Howard
valuable. Oh, it's signed. This is a grail now.
How did you took that whole thing to a convention?
Oh no, right? That'd have been funny.
Carried it around like this.
I carried it. I was like, hey, sign this.
Doing it on a dolly like Hannibal Lecter.
No. I the head removed. You can remove the head, and I had him sign the top of the.
That's awesome, man.
The head. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, he signed it.
Yeah, he's very proud.
But it's not a bootleg.
Next every night.
I sleep right next to it. It's like $5,000 right now. It went from being $200. Now it's $5,000. There you go.
Well, we'll have to see the video of you getting it signed because I can't verify that.
That's right. Photos. It could be AI.
Look,
it could be
photos
AI.
are AI now. I
an auto pen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go to the group on this one.
David Howard Thorne, can you confirm this for them, please? Can you let them know if you watch the show?
So the gist of I've got a bad feeling about this. It seems like you guys are into exposing all the evilness and the wickedness. And I think that you might be onto something here with I think Chizzle, you're the perfect choice to be one of those guys from Pawn Stars, that they call in the experts. I don't know shit about this, but I know a guy. And then the guy comes in. So we got to get you a straw hat.
I'm
gonna get you one of them straw hats, and you little piece of hay in your mouth, and you come in and you say, "Well, you see here, son, this one was made in Mexico. You can tell because of the circle, square, and the 17
like
in the back.
All those guys who sell toys in Las Vegas, He knows them all.
I'm friends with those
He
guys.
works with those
Yeah.
guys. He does conventions with those guys.
Yeah.
So you should be the expert they call in then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve is the guy that came on after Johnny, and
I've met Johnny.
I'm good friends with him. We're actually working on a couple things.
Nice.
He's actually doing the convention that me and Jonathan are going to Vegas for.
Nice.
Yeah, during WrestleMania.
WrestleMania weekend.
I'm not going to go to WrestleMania, but I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there.
Yeah. Because it's out of my budget, bro. You know, it's WrestleMania.
Well, careful,
Can't
don't
afford
say
it.
that word too many times.
Hey, if I have a good show, I'll buy us tickets.
There you go.
Or we just go wait till they like pack the house, and they always let people in
Yeah.
during like
Just
a Cody
sneak
Crybaby match or something. You
Yeah,
know,
we'll just, we'll find some cheap last minute tickets.
You know,
Obstructed
probably
view.
the opening
Watch it on the
match.
phone.
Opening match in night 2, it'll be Drew McIntyre losing the title to somebody like Obafemi or something like that. And that's when everybody will go crazy and you can sneak right in.
Oh, you think Drew's gonna hold it that long? Okay. Yeah,
We can only hope.
he's a transition guy,
Probably-
of course.
Well, yeah, it's only
Wow.
a couple months, but 90 days. There you go.
No, that's too long for him. I'm saying less than 30.
I don't
No, I
think
think
so.
they'll give
I
him-
think Drew
I
can
think
do
they'll
it.
give him-
He'll have a good
90
heel run.
days.
Give him he'll have a good
Yeah.
heel run. He needs
I
to
think
have
they'll
a
give
good
him
heel
90
run.
days to make it more legitimate when he loses.
He's actually made
Nah.
a lot of these feuds fun. Like he's been really, really like the trolling, like the Twitter shit. That stuff is great. Like I loved all that stuff he does.
He plays the spicy vindictive asshole very, very well, I think.
Yeah.
So
Like
real
Drew.
quick, to get everybody on the same page, Danny keeps putting the thing up on the bottom because I haven't mentioned it yet. Tonight we are going to be giving away. It's Danny and I's birthday week. It's all Rowdy's Eve tonight. The festivities
all
start
Rowdy's
tomorrow.
Eve.
So in honor of our birthdays, we are going to be
Yes.
giving away. This is brand new Blockies Star Wars Darth Vader. It's a model
Yes.
kit. It's very cool. No chewing makes these things look very cool. So you guys should all want one. So we will be giving this away at the end of the night. Stay tuned for that.
I mean, if Danny was calling that figure, he would call it a Dark Vader.
Dark Vader. Yeah.
Dark Vader.
Dark Vader kit.
Dark Victor.
Dark Victor. I'm sorry.
Dark Victor.
It's Dark Vader.
It's Dark Vader.
I know he
And
A Dark
Dark
Vader.
Vader.
he lives on a
Darth
planet
Vader.
called Muff Star.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Dude, Muff Star
Muff
is
as
not
far
a
as you
porn
can
name. It's a planet filled with lava.
see.
I think.
I think you're pronouncing it
Allegedly.
exactly right.
That's what the
Oh,
that's what the wives call me.
The mustard. Well, we have a little game
Sometimes-
that I would like to bring up for you guys, a little trivia game. I was thinking about doing Fallen versus Chizzle and some Star Wars knowledge. And I got nervous trying to think of what I was going to do because it's rare that I got somebody that knows Star Wars. So I was a little nervous about getting questions that were going to be too easy. And then I listened to your guys' podcast. I realized I don't think either of you know that fucking much anyhow. So I think I could. I think that I've got some good ones. So how we will do this is we're gonna flip a coin, and whoever wins the coin toss gets the first question. We'll alternate. If the first person, or if you get the question wrong, the other person has an opportunity
just
to
let
answer.
me
Oh,
go.
God.
Just let me go.
Just
first.
let him go first, and then I'll answer.
And then Chizzle will go. Actually,
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's how we'll do it then. As soon as we get this pulled up here, Colin, you will be the first. The points are worth. The questions are worth 1,000 points apiece. The points are very important. The winner does not get anything other than bragging rights. So maybe the points aren't all that important at all.
it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
So the little game we're going to call "So You Think You Know Star Wars." Oh, I went too far.
Oh, I know that one. I just learned it on
Because
the
I
new
just
episode.
told you.
No, I actually knew it. I just forgot it, and then
Yeah.
I relearned it. All I already know.
All right, so Fallen, the first question is to you, and it is, what does the TIE stand for in TIE Fighter?
Well, Kevin, I will say that it does have 2 bat wings and it is a ball, but it stands for twin ion engines, and they go.
Wow! what do they do? What do they sound like when they're going by and shooting?
Pew pew! Pew pew! I'll forget.
I just told him that when we were recording last week.
The pew pew part. No.
You are absolutely correct. It does stand for twin ion engine. So 1,000 points.
Ion?
Well, there's 2 of them in this particular ship. That's why it gets this twin.
It's it's like the pulse propulsion.
Where are they in this TIE fighter?
Like
though?
they actually, it's on the back.
What do the wings do? They
stabilize it.
Okay.
So
have you never fucking flown a ship before? Jesus Christ, act like you know what you're doing.
I know, right?
No, it's like a
ship.
Like they actually have made an ion engine, but you would need so much power to propel it that
they should have made 2.
It's not practical. But in
It
space,
should have been twin.
it's different because there's no gravity. But
Look, in Star Wars, there's fires on
in
space.
yeah.
So,
And horses.
right.
Well, in Star Wars, also, you don't need oxygen on a meteorite. You can just get right off of on a giant meteor. You can get right out of the Millennium Falcon. No problem.
Exactly.
You did the Kessel Run too?
Yeah, I didn't do it quite as I didn't do the measure of distance and not time as well as Han Solo did, but
Oh, yeah.
I managed.
That's how I measure mine.
All right, next question is to Chizzle. Who is the only character credited as playing himself in The Phantom Menace?
God damn it. I know this too, and I cannot fucking remember who it is now. I was just talking about this.
I didn't know this until today, actually, when I was looking up obscure facts. I never have caught this.
I do have a guess.
I do too.
Yeah, shit. I cannot remember this.
Would you like to phone a friend? You could phone Danny.
I know everything.
Yeah.
I know everything.
All right. Go ahead, Jonathan.
So can I ask questions? Or do I?
Sure.
No, you got to answer. No, fuck that.
Oh, no questions.
No questions.
So I know that there was ETs in this film, and ETs played themselves because they're not even real characters. I mean, they're real characters, and they're CG. But the ETs were there. ET played himself.
I don't think it was Phantom Menace. Was it Phantom Menace that you see them?
Yeah.
No, it's not Phantom Menace because
I think it's
Padme is a senator at that time when you see them.
Yes. So this is Phantom Menace.
Episode 3. They're in it. They're in episode 3.
No, they're in the Senate with the
in episode 3. Yes.
No, they're in the first one, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Right.
All right. I don't fucking remember. All right. Well,
Danny, do you want to take a guess?
You're wrong first, Chizzle.
I'm gonna go with George Lucas for 500.
George Lucas is not correct. He was not.
Man, that's close though. That's good.
All right.
Don't feed into the bullshit, please.
Chizzle, you want to take another crack at it?
Nah, go ahead. Just tell me who it is.
James Woods.
Because I'm gonna feel dumb.
James. Oh.
Jabba the Hutt is in the credits. It says Jabba the Hutt as himself.
Wait, so it's an imaginary character?
Well, no,
I was closer by
he was because he was CGI in the video.
Yeah,
the thing. There was nobody, no puppeteers or nothing. He was pure CGI. So nobody.
Yeah, and I think he was much younger. He was adolescent, or at least an angsty teen.
Understandable.
Jabba.
All right, the next question is back to you, Fallen.
Well, there should have been 2 T's on Hutt.
Oh, reading.
Oh yeah, there should have been. That's my bad. Autocorrect. It fucking got me. Damn.
Yeah.
Right. Oh shit.
All right. Your
Chizzle.
next question. This character was introduced in the Heir to the Empire and became the non-canonical wife of Luke Skywalker.
I
non-canonical means not in the movies, not connected to the movies. It's Legends material.
Right. And I do know this name, but I have forgotten it. And they made an action figure of this character.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A couple.
But I can't remember her name, so I'm gonna say Maz Kanata.
that is not correct.
Which is also she's an ET. So I'm just going straight ETs with all my answers.
All right, Chizzle, do you know the answer? I know you know the answer.
Well, yeah, it's Mara Jade.
I was close. Start with the M.
Yeah, dude, I thought you were gonna say it. You looked like you were about to say.
I thought you were gonna say Mary Jane.
No, that's why I started with an M.
Dude, and you know what's funny is that there was actually talks of having Zendaya play her.
Really?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Not.
No, I think that would be okay because you can always replace a redhead with a black person.
She basically did Star Wars acting in all the Spider-Man films.
So, yeah.
All right. So we're tied now, 1,000 points apiece. Next question. It's going right to you, Chizzle, and it is. Oh yeah, there it is. Marjade. I forgot. There's the answer. Marjade. And this is some awesome fan art I found from Reddit, I believe. All right, next question. How many characters do you see use a lightsaber in the original trilogy? Which is obviously New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
I know this. So I know.
Use, not just hold, use.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just going in my head. I'm pretty sure the answer is 4. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Darth Vader, and Obi-Wan. I don't think anybody else used a lightsaber. So I'm going to go with 4.
Absolutely correct. 4, and those are the exact 4.
Wow.
So taking a commanding lead, 2,000 points to 1,000 points. Fallen, you got a chance to redeem yourself with the next question. This fighting style video game was released on the PlayStation in 1997 and featured Mortal Kombat style fighting contests between combatants such as Luke, Vader, Gamora guards, Boba Fett, Princess Leia, etc., etc.
What is the legend of Kaisar?
Oh man, you're so close. Come on, you're so close.
Kaidar. Look, it was featured in the Solo movie, a Star Wars story, when that girl at the end used some fighting style, and it was based off this game. And I played this game because it was the only game that you could like have Star Wars fighters in.
I still have this game. I have an emulator, PlayStation emulator. It's like in a Game Boy handheld, and I still fucking play this.
It starts with a K. I know that, but it's just
you're so close. I'm tempted to give it to you if Chizzle cannot give the exact name. I'm tempted to give.
Of course he can. He's waiting because he's already.
Dude, I don't play fucking video games.
Yeah, but this is like a known fighting style Star Wars.
And I just saw a thing about it the other day.
It's
I know what it is because I just saw a thing about it the other day, and I cannot fucking remember what it is.
Kara something.
I think Fallen, you're close enough to get the points here. It is Masters of Terraskasi.
Terraskasi. Yeah, okay. I was way off. Samsonite. I knew it.
Yeah, and this was a good game. Like, I mean, for its time, it was the graphics are pretty jank to look at now. But
the only time
at the time
we got to fight as like Darth Vader or something like that would be like some of the later games of what was that? There was another fighting game where you can download Darth Vader and stuff.
Yeah, so Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
I think it was right before episode 3, or maybe right after. They were just about to come out with the Force Unleashed game. So Soul Calibur had done some deal with Lucas Games. So on Xbox you could play as Yoda, on PlayStation you could play as Vader, but on both you could play as Starkiller.
Yeah, that's right.
So those were good games, but yeah, this was the original. You could play like as Lando Calrissian, all kinds of
So yeah, Terrakasi is a fighting style within the Star Wars universe, and they used it in the Solo film, A Star Wars Story. I don't know if you knew that, Chizzle. And at the end, when
Kira's fighting, Dryden Voss.
Yes, they use that fighting style or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like no weapons, hand to hand.
I think they even mention it in the film, or like he does mention it or whatever. Mentions.
I think
something.
he does. I think he says something about it.
No, and like when I saw that film, I was like, "Oh, he said that. That's the game. He said it." I yelled.
All right, next question going to Chizzle. Temmin Snap Wexley was a resistance pilot that died on the Battle of Exegol. However, when he was a young boy, he fought in the final battle that saw the end of the Imperial Remnant. Where was this battle? Which planet was the final battle against the Imperial Remnants?
Oh, shit. I'm trying to think.
We've only seen this. We didn't see the final battle in a movie, but we have seen
clues. It's in a film. I already know what it is.
In the film?
We've seen the aftermath of the battle in a film. We should say.
Oh, fuck! I know. I'm trying to think if it's. Well, my guess would be the battle at because you see the end of it. It would be over Jakku, but I don't fucking know.
It is the Battle of Jakku.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. See, I didn't know if there was another name for it, but I knew the battle was over Jakku. I just didn't know that was what they called it.
Yeah, I thought they had changed the name or something.
Yeah. See, I thought there was a different name for it.
Yeah, there was. This wasn't in any of the movies. This was in the Aftermath book novel series.
Okay. Yeah. See, I haven't read any of those,
and still nobody cared.
Yeah.
Oh man, that book series is very good. I highly suggest the audiobook of it. The guy that does all the narration for Star Wars books, Mark Thompson, it's like a full production, music, sound effects, the whole.
That's awesome. I do love audiobooks for that reason. So Chizzle says I don't read, but I listen.
All right. Well, so Fallen, the next question, we got 3,000 points to 2,000 points. The next question goes to you, Fallen, and it is about the books. So you've got probably no hope of getting this correct.
Yeah.
And that is
this Scholastic?
It's not. Temmin Wexley, same guy here. What did Temmin Wexley name his heavily modified B-1 battle droid that he fought alongside in the Battle of Jakku?
What did he name his battle droid?
Yeah, he had a battle droid that he modified. It was a kind of a big character in the books. That's why
I'm gonna say Bexley.
That's not correct. No. Chizzle, do you want to take a stab at it?
Oh, I have no fucking clue. Like, I don't even know who the hell this guy is.
He's the Asian guy.
Well,
you see him briefly, and he's in the Resistance. You see him as an adult. You see him. He's also his character when he was a kid. He's been in the Star Wars Outlaws game as like a background character. You can't play as him, but in the books, he had a battle droid that was like it was a B-1 battle droid that he modified, and his name was Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones.
He was a fucking psychotic B-1 battle droid.
Based off of Deadpool.
I was gonna say, it looks like Deadpool.
Right.
It's a Deadpool.
This fucking robot is unhinged. Like, I don't know. He did something to the personality matrix, and like this thing, he's just chipper and happy as can be while he's killing people. And again, the audiobook, it does him justice.
Okay.
All right.
Next question. What species is this humanoid alien race that fought in the rebellion? Danny, let's hear what your take is. What is this? What is this?
That's easy. It's a Danny. That's the species. It's a Danny.
He's a slopinoid. I don't know. He wears a pilot's hat. He's got a nose that don't quit. That's what I'm saying.
Somebody was recreating like card backs. It was for a thing, and some guy pretended to be him. He put a bunch of tortillas over his face.
You think when he's got to itch his cheek, like he's got to get up in underneath one of the flaps, to get up there?
You know,
and do you think it gets slimy in there underneath the fucking flaps?
Does he get like yeast infections in there? Or...
Right, like,
dude,
these look like the kind of lips that would get a yeast infection.
Look,
honestly,
that's where his sexual organs are. Also, like you don't touch those flaps. Yeah,
you don't want to itch his flap for him. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, at all.
Dude, that's a whole different kind of oral sex right there.
But he's closely related to the Asian guys from the Phantom Menace.
No, they're totally different.
No, look at him. Look at him. He's closely related. He's just shorter. He's just a midget version with nose flaps.
Just separated by
no, dude. I think those guys, the Newt Gunray and them, they're close. They're closer related to like Cad Bane.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're
right. No, but I think those guys like
Nemoidians.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I hope that's an answer that I get.
What is Cad Bane's race? What kind of alien is he?
I want to say he's a Nemoidian. I'm not sure.
He's a blue Texas redneck.
Yeah,
that's what he is.
He's
could be totally wrong, but I could be all fucked up right now.
This guy is pretty close. He's like a numanoid, I think. Yeah.
So
Cerulean.
Danny says he's a Danny.
He's a Danny.
You're saying he's a what? A Nemoidian?
Yeah, I said a bunch of different words, but yeah.
Chizzle?
Dude, I know it begins with an S. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's Solar.
No, it's like a soul
S.
Solodian.
Something like that.
Solarian.
Demodian.
Solestra, something like that.
Imodium PM.
Yeah, I know it's something. Like I said, that's all I know. I remember it's like a soul, whatever.
So Solastin.
Okay, I was close.
Yeah,
at the first half.
Chisel was more correct than me. So.
All right, next question. I don't even know name. I don't even know who this question goes to. I think we're back to whoever wants.
Yeah. All right, we'll figure it out.
All right. Anthony Daniels gave C-3PO his famous British butler accent, but what was C-3PO's originally accent intended to be in the scripts?
Latin.
Hando.
Oi, oi, oi.
Anybody want to take a stab? Chisel, Fallen? Either
I would have guessed probably like fucking Australian or some shit.
So it was the original actor wasn't Anthony Daniels. It was I just learned this the other day and I forgot it, like I mostly do. So yeah, it's a different accent from some other country.
Yeah,
that's what we're established it is, but do you know what one it is supposed to be?
I'm gonna say Afrikaans. I don't know.
Afrikaans.
German.
You want to take a guess?
German. I'm gonna say German.
C-3PO is actually supposed to have a thick New Yorker accent.
Well, get the fuck out of here. I'm walking.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Hey, look at this fucking guy over here.
We're in fucking Bugs Bunny.
I'm familiar in 300 fucking languages over here. Come on.
You call that a fucking pie? That ain't a fucking pie.
I gotta roll. I gotta walk around the sand while you roll. Come on, give me your fucking ride here.
Got a couple more questions here. This planet is home to the pirate queen Maz Kanata and her castle full of treasures. And I included this one because I listened to your podcast and neither of you could fucking remember what this one was.
Yeah, I cannot fucking remember.
She's an ET. She's an ET species.
She's close to an ET. I just found out too. You know, Lupita Nyong. I don't know how you pronounce her last name.
Wikipedia.
She does the voice for Maz Kanata.
Yes.
Well, so since nobody knows, I'll go right on to the answer, and it is Takadana.
Yeah, I was gonna say now I fucking remember what it was because somebody else said it in the in the movie?
No, that was during the podcast when I said I had to take a shit.
All right, next question. Who is this character from the Skeleton Crew? Because I'm sick of hearing you guys call him the
Jesus
Blue Elephant
Christ,
guy.
dude, that's all I've fucking called him the whole time. The Blue Elephant Kid. I cannot remember his damn name.
I just seen his figure too.
I know it's the only one I don't have from the Skeleton Crew. So I just, I always just say the Max Rebo Jr.
Dumbo, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
I just
Disney.
rewatched the Skeleton Crew with my wife. She hadn't watched it with me the first time, so we just rewatched it recently. And this is her absolute favorite character, and she wants me to buy her the figure so she can put him on her desk.
Wow.
This character's name is Neil.
Neil. Oh.
Yeah,
He looks like a fucking Neil.
Yeah, dude, when
Neil
in the show, when he's sitting at the table watching, the little hologram show, that's actually a scene from the Star Wars Holiday Special.
His name might as well be Kevin. It's just spelled weird. Kevin. Come on. Neil's the most boringest name of all time.
Well, I think that's the point of that whole show. These kids are just some boring fucking kids trying to find adventure.
Well, we know how that ended in Stranger Things.
Yeah. Does this dude got gay magical powers?
With his boys in his arms?
Yeah.
Neil.
All right, and I think we got one last question. How did Grand Admiral Thrawn and Ezra Bridger disappear into the unknown regions during the Battle of Lothal?
So Lotharians, they were from the Lord of the Rings, in which they just ripped that whole thing off. So I can't tell you.
It was a space whale.
Space whales.
Yeah.
And they traveled. I knew that.
That can travel through hyperspace.
Right. They just made that shit up as they go along.
Yeah, but it was fucking cool.
Yes, I do like it. I like space whales.
And when they did the live action version in Ahsoka, I thought it was fucking awesome.
I did like Ahsoka. I liked all the elements that they put into the horror aspect, the space whales, all Thrawn. Like I liked all the shit they put in that show. I just think it didn't go over well.
Did you know that they had the space whales were actually in the Mandalorian also?
Were they?
Yep. So when they're traveling through hyperspace, Grogu looks out and he sees one of them traveling through the hyperspace.
And he's like, stop touching my shit. Don't touch shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to take the fucking handle off of the shifter because, that's what fucking kids do. They like shiny shit. I've been watching the Lights and Magic documentary on Disney Plus. Goes through and shows all that. And I didn't realize that like the majority of the Mandalorian was shot on one of those rooms. It's just the screen.
The like big 360 thing. Yeah.
They did a great job though.
Yeah. Like I had no clue. We've watched Mandalorian several times through here. And
you watch any of the prequels compared to the Mandalorian, it's far times better.
Yeah. I just found that out though. The majority of that shit, you wouldn't guess that, you'd think that they're on these big sound stages or these big sets, and like they're just in a room that is essentially fucking walls of cameras or screens.
I think it goes to show how actors have gotten used to that and learned to act better, because you look at the prequels and how George Lucas kind of invented that kind of acting and filming it in his own like ranch with like a blue screen, and he filmed all the prequels kind of that way.
Yeah, and that's something that George Lucas complained about the sequel trilogy. He says there's nothing innovative about this. You didn't create any new technology. You didn't push the boundaries on anything. Everything is just the same old shit. Nothing new was done.
But sometimes you don't need to push the boundaries. Like you can't just do cookie cutter shit. But yeah,
no, but you can always try. Like he had to create so much of the technology himself.
He did. And he did it multiple times.
Yeah, and there was nothing done for the sequels. It was like nothing. It was just as you were seeing shit that had already been done. There was nothing innovative about it.
Yeah, rehashed.
I don't know. It was the acting though. It was the storytelling that was lacking.
It was a lot.
Yeah. And
that's correct, because there was a lot of characters that the actors, you really want to see them back. Like you really want to see Finn back in stories coming up. You want to see Poe Dameron back. You want to see something with Captain Phasma. You want to see these characters back, just not the bullshit that they gave us. In the sequel.
No, there was good characters and bad stories.
People will shit on like you if you like a certain character or whatever from the sequel trilogy and stuff like that. But like some of it is good ideas. It's just none of it was fleshed out, and it just everything gave everyone a bad taste in their mouth. Nobody wants to see any of that shit. But I think it could be revamped I mean, maybe now is not the time, but still.
I mean, I almost at this point would prefer that they came right out and said, we're going to do a new sequel series. Those movies are on their own. They're non-canon anymore. You can still enjoy them if you enjoy them, but the official story moving forward, we're going to remake.
They already did, but
9, 10, 11.
Disney doesn't necessarily say that. They're not going to go out and recant their shit, but they already pretty much did that. I
think the time's passed. I think you had an opportunity to get Han, Luke, and Leia back on the screen together.
They fucked it up,
and you can't do that. You just can't. She's gone. You can't do it. They had the opportunity, and they fucked it up. It could have been, like Mark Hamill wanted to do like a 30-second thing, and nope, couldn't do it. You could have done that in the beginning, and then took the show in a totally different direction, and people probably would have been okay with it, but. Yeah, they totally blew it. They had the opportunity there, and they didn't take it.
They were never on screen together, which is crazy.
Yeah,
that's weird for that sequel trilogy. For that never to happen, at least once.
Now, on the other flip side of it, though, if they were to decide to make those non-canon and remake 9, 10, and 11, would you be against them recasting people that would fit as younger Luke, younger Leia?
Not at all. I've said multiple times I would like to see Sebastian Stan play Luke Skywalker.
Oh yeah, I'm down for it.
I think
we just talked about that last week.
I've said for a long time I think he would be great. I have no problem with that. You could easily take Carrie Fisher's daughter to play her.
We've already got AI.
We've already got a Han Solo, and then having him play Luke Skywalker. I would be okay with that. You can make movies that were after, Return of the Jedi. You can go between 6 and 7 and create some movies there and recast it. I have absolutely no problem with that.
The thing is, don't treat your fans like idiots.
I think a lot of people would be okay with that.
Like, I think we don't need the AI. We don't need like the special effects to make Sebastian Stan look like him.
Dude, he already looks close enough.
If the story's good, it doesn't matter.
He's close enough, and just leave it. We know who he is. We know who he's playing. We understand that, we can't get the old guy to play him now. So there's nothing wrong with that. They do it all the time in movies when they do flashbacks and things like that. They'll have a different actor play them. I see nothing wrong with that. I'm totally for that. I wish they would do that. It would give us, the stories that we want.
Yeah, I mean, with the way that Ahsoka ended, with Thrawn and Ezra Bridger coming back, to the main continuity in this main storylines now, you almost think that they could, set themselves right up to do an Heir to the Empire. They can't go exactly down that road with, having a clone Luke and Jorah Sabayoth. They can't really just bring all those people in, but they could do
you could take elements
Heir
from
to the Empire.
I really want a clone Luke to happen, and that's what should have happened a long time ago.
They definitely could do that. They could go from one into the other, and it doesn't have to be exact. One of my main complaints about Solo was they didn't follow almost zero of the original source material. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I would have liked if they followed things a little bit differently, like why Han Solo was kicked out of the academy, all that kind of stuff. It was like a whole big thing in the books. It wasn't he just deserted. It was a quick run through in the movie. They stripped him. They stripped him of his Carillion bloodline. They did all this stuff. He actually was Han Solo. They didn't just give him the name because he was by himself. There were so many things. He in the books, he rescued Chewbacca from slavery. And this one, no, he was just thrown in a pit with him. Little difference. I mean,
but look, you can't make a 3-hour Solo movie. I mean, you can, but what Disney was thinking then at that time, they couldn't do that.
But at the end of Solo, where they've got all the Wookiees and stuff on Kessel, that was how he got how he rescued.
But they
Chewbacca.
already spent too much money on this movie with like the other director who was trying to make it a weird comedy.
You added
a
whole extra part and then put in the other part that was from the original story where the Wookiees are slaves, but then they go there. No, you could have just started right there and cut out the first half of the fucking movie and been fine.
Right.
And
but like Disney is stupid and they're like, people don't know who Han Solo is. We have all these kids who like Star Wars who need to learn.
You literally could have started with him in the Imperial Academy.
Right. But it's not about filmmaking. It's about gaining people who are going to be lifelong Star Wars fans.
Mm-hmm. I think the thing that always stuck out for me with the Solo movie is like them kind of giving him a love interest that's not Princess Leia. Like, we're already emotionally invested in the fact that they end up together. So I don't know why they had to dangle that, with what's her name?
It was in the books, so
Hollywood.
I understand it.
Hollywood also, you need to have that in Star Wars. You don't need it, but
I get it. I mean, everyone,
everyone
has, their girlfriend before their wife and things like that. I mean, that's pretty realistic to be like he never met anybody before her.
No, I'm not saying that he never met anybody. I just don't know. It's a weird choice to include it. I think it's a problem with a lot of superhero movies and movies like this. Like, they try to throw some love aspect into it. Like, think about the G.I. Joe movies. Why the fuck are they introducing, love into this? It's about war and murder and
because
killing.
they want everyone to be able to watch this. They want everyone to buy tickets for this. It's about making money, and it's it's not about whether the people who are paying money for this to like it. Like, Hollywood doesn't understand that at all, and they never will, because they rather take the low road where they can make the most money they can.
Yeah, but in the older, like in the books and stuff, like they were together, but they were like partners. They were both, criminals and smugglers and stuff like that. So it was kind of, they were working together, and this, the relationship happened between them. So I understand that. Like I said, it was just done kind of shitty in the movie.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand why that was there, because it wasn't just a pure, love interest. They had been working together. They had been doing all these, other fucking battles and shit like that. So
the other thing that always stuck out to me is Lando's weird relationship with the robot, and how
I liked it.
She kind of like integrates herself with the Falcon at the end. It's almost
weird,
feels like,
right?
Yeah, that was really
it's definitely weird.
It was, and then there was the whole thing where it's saying, "Oh no, Lando is pansexual now." It was just to add just some weird bullshit to the movie. There was no reason for that.
No, and it's pandering again. Yeah. But I really like Donald Glover. Like, I love Donald Glover and like anything he does. Like, he's great, but the whole
he did a great job.
Is shitty,
he did a great job as Lando.
Yes, he did. Yeah. I can watch a series with him,
So
like, come on.
One of the things that I've said is I would like to see something where
this is a really great theory.
Yeah, you could call it Lando Stories, where you can have Billy D. Williams telling a story about something that happened, where this way you can bring in the younger actors to act out these stories. Now they're being told from his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But so they're not going to be 100% accurate. They can be embellished. He comes out the hero and stuff like that. I said that would be a really great way to flesh out some stories, and they don't have to be these big productions. It can be, like one episode, that's 40 minutes long, where Lando talks about, oh, this happened. Oh, back when I met Han Solo, we did this. He talks about, oh, the Battle of Tanab. You could do one episode on that, and it doesn't have to be 100% accurate. You can get more background out of that, and you'd be like, oh, hey, I heard this story. You want to know how Han Solo started working for Jabba the Hutt? We had a job together. Here you go. You can add things like that. Oh, in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, we had to find where Han Solo was. So, and infiltrating Jabba's palace. That's a whole story right there. You can have Luke. You can have the young Luke Skywalker, the young Lando working together. All that shit.
Mm-hmm. So, Paul, who is this? Paul in 1966 has a good question. Do you guys think Keanu Reeves would play a great Darth Revan?
I do.
Are you familiar with much of the Old Republic stories?
A little bit, not a whole lot, but I think that's what the majority of fans want to see right now. I think they want an Old Republic story, whether it's a trilogy, a standalone movie, they want something, but a Darth Revan story with Keanu Reeves, I think is something that all fans could agree with. I think that's something that they really want. They want something from that time period, and I think he would be great in it.
Now they sort of give us a little bit of a story from the Old Republic, and I do want to get into that and get your opinion on it. But before we do, I want to remind everybody we are going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to put the hashtag up right now. We're collecting entries already for it.
Hashtag Dark Victor
on the bottom. Where's this other one? What is? Oh, there's two of them going. Jeez, there we go. I'm not completely new at this.
Enders, what's up, Enders?
No, but your Buffalo Bills hat is kind of new. It looks pretty shiny, man.
It's not that new.
Okay. I'm not wearing my Niners hat tonight, but
oh man, I'm hoping that's what we get in February. I'm hoping it's the Bills and the Niners. That would be a great game.
I would love it, man. I want I need to see the Bills make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I need to see him win. I've seen him go 4 times. I've not seen him win. I need to fucking see him win.
Oh, I stopped it where it starts. Come on.
All right, so there's the hashtag. It's hashtag bad feels. Make sure you use your capitals, people. Capital B, capital F. And we'll be giving away the Blockies Darth Vader model kit. But while that's collecting the comments, Chizzle, there's something that I really would like to talk to you about because I think you and I have slightly different opinions on it. Why do you hate the Acolyte?
Oof.
Can you give me without the woke pandering, that what was it about the show itself that you did not like?
I think
or hated, I should say.
So I think I think just the look of the show felt cheap. First of all, I think it felt really cheap watching it. We all know that there was a huge budget on it, and it felt like where they're at. Honestly, I told somebody this recently. It looked like it was the fucking Fraggle Rock set to me. Is what I thought. I thought
it did look like a Fraggle Rock.
That's
like the store and shit. Yeah,
that's what I thought. I thought it was filmed pretty cheap
because Star Wars never used any Muppets.
When you look at the very beginning, they've got these Jedis that are just being obliterated by someone who obviously doesn't have a whole lot of training to me.
A Matrix woman who is like
and just killed off right away. Yeah, right away. She's killed off.
Which is supposed to be shocking. So,
I think the dialogue in it, I think, was bad.
Power
May,
one,
Oshi, back and forth. Where it just
Power
kinda,
of two.
Same thing.
Power of many.
And the thing is, there was no problem with like the whole witch thing, that kind of stuff, because we have it in Clone Wars. the Dathomir witches. That's already been established. That's not a problem. I think by them saying, "Oh, they were created by the Force," it takes away from the whole prophecy, Anakin, being the one, to bring balance and all that kind of stuff. That I think it takes away from that. We didn't need that. They could have just been born regular. There's no reason to take somebody else's story and try to, you want to outshine them or whatever. I think there was a lot of stuff they were trying to rewrite, with Ki-Adi-Mundi. All of a sudden they're showing the Jedi, they're basically lying about stuff. I think it painted it, kind of in a bad light.
They only added that stuff in for Star Wars fans. That's it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Star Wars fans, there was no reason to add Ki-Adi-Mundi to that at all. He brought nothing, but by adding him to it, it just fucked everything up.
Yeah, it makes you, and same with like the Yoda thing at the very end. Like, how much of this nonsense was he privy to? How much do you know? Because that kind of sheds a bad light.
You ruined it. I haven't seen the end.
Exactly.
It kind of sheds a bad light on the Jedi that, we've spent all this time, loving, the good guys. And now it seems it brings into question, like, were they actually good guys, or were they in on some of this bad shit? Like, was Palpatine maybe right? And I feel like those are questions that we don't want or need introduced into the narrative.
Those are good ideas, and I really like those ideas about how the Jedi steals young and they're not allowed to see their parents.
Yeah,
and those are good ideas.
No, definitely. Like I said, there were some things in it that I think they could have been heading in the right direction, just weren't, handled right. But like I said, overall, just the whole feel of it, I didn't like. You, like I said, you can forget out, don't talk about all the woke stuff, whatever. That wasn't it.
See, I think when this show was first came out, I immediately had been already hearing about, it's woke, the gay relationships, all this, that, and the other thing, the witches, it's all woke. And I think that left left with a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths about watching it. And then I'm guilty of it too. I saw those reviews and those opinions. It's like, fuck this, I'm not going to watch it. And then I watched it and I was like, I don't know. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's not the greatest Star Wars story that I've ever seen, but I thought the lightsaber battles were, pretty solid. I thought the big battle on the Wookiees planet there, where the stranger fucking just wholesale kills everybody. I thought that was a really good lightsaber
kills
fight.
all the Jedi, which is great. Like the two good things about this show is Manny Jacinto playing the stranger. He's really good. And then also Daphne Keane as her Jedi. Yeah, she was good too.
Jackie.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't total shit. There were some good parts about it. Lightsaber scenes are always good. That's what Star Wars fans want to see. They want to see that kind of shit. Just like a lot of people didn't like, Andor. I wasn't fond of the first season. I thought the second season was way better, but it's not what I think of when I think of Star Wars. Andor could have been set in any, realm, whatever you want to call it, and worked. It was good. It was well written, I think, especially season 2, but it didn't have the Star Wars feel to me.
You see, I think my personal take on it is I like the shows that are just stories taking place in the world of Star Wars, because especially if you read the comics or read the books or any of the, the stuff that's not the movies, there's characters that don't even know about the war. They don't know the ins and outs. They don't know anything about Palpatine. They don't know who even know Darth Vader is, So it stands to reason that this galaxy that's so big could have all these stories going on that are not tied directly to the main story. So like shows like the Skeleton Crew, it's like a different genre of movie that's taking place in the Star Wars world. And I like that. It's like watching the Goonies in space.
I do think like in the Star Wars world, a Jedi should be rare, man. Like a Jedi, like coming into like the story should be rare unless it's
Right.
about the Jedi, and that should be the main storylines and movies and whatever else. But everything else, like, you know, like the Mandalorian is stylized. It's that old Western stylized, which really does work for the franchise.
Really
you
does.
know, whether it's, you know, certain bad episodes or good episodes, you know, it does work, especially with the music that they coined for the Mandalorian. It's just really good. Same thing with Boba Fett. Like the music really worked. The Boba Fett character and what they did with him didn't really work for his character, you know?
Yeah, it seemed he waffled. That's what I felt about with you know, I don't want Boba Fett being the old guy that's helping everybody. Like, how many people is he let in his fucking back to tank? Like,
and I don't know why they called it the Book of Boba Fett. It's like it should be called Boba Fett who learned the right way now. Like he's on a 12-step program now. Like, and it just doesn't make any sense.
Like I always said, I thought Book of Boba Fett should have been like Star Wars Sopranos.
Should have been,
he could have been Tony Soprano, where you see like two sides of him. You see the family guy and you see the gangster, where you see the guy who's trying to do some good, but he's not taking any shit. So, you know, I don't think there was enough. There maybe was too much balance where, you know, you see, you know, him doing some bad stuff, but a lot of good stuff. No, we needed it to be the other way.
The Power Rangers on the bikes ruined it for me.
You know, that shit, I don't know. That's just more, you know, added shit that didn't need to be in there. But yeah,
like I hate to say this because it sounds horrible. It sounds terrible for me to say, but I kind of wanted my Boba Fett to be a little bit more like, you know, I don't want to say racist, but like speciesist at least. Like this fucking guy he's like, oh, the Gamorrean pig man, go put him in my fucking back to tank. The Wookiee, the Black Chrysanthemum, he's injured. Go put him in. This
is a guy who,
you know, I wanted him to be like, ew, don't put that fucking alien in my back to tank.
I don't want this fucking guy in there.
This is a guy who stands around and watches everything that happens with Imperials, with everything. He knows everything because he's a watcher. Like, how is he not opinionated on shit? And it's just, it doesn't make any sense.
And like the hard stance that he takes is against spice. Like, that's the stance that he takes. Like, motherfucker, you seem like you should be running drugs. Why are you standing against it? Like,
no, I don't know. I see that. I know. I mean,
they never showed what spice does to an individual in Star Wars, though.
Well, they're not going to do like blatant drug
I'm trying to think.
You know, they're going to suggest it, but I mean, I think there's scenes in like, I guess maybe it's not exactly spice, but like I think of the episode 2 where Anakin and Obi-Wan get into the bar and the guy's trying to sell, you want a death stick? I don't want any death sticks. You don't want any death sticks. You know, like I think there was definitely some high drug.
Do you know what that guy's name is that tried to sell him death sticks?
I don't remember it. I've heard it before, but I don't remember it.
Evan Sleazebagano.
That sounds right. Yeah,
he makes
he is a fucking sleazebag.
Yeah.
What would Danny? What do you think your galactic space pimp name would be?
Probably that. I would shit. They didn't took it. That would be Danny Space Spagano. Kind of like that. It's catchy.
He shot first, so yeah.
So I think with back to the shows, the topic of the shows, I think I can understand where like the diehard fans and the hardcore original fans, they're like, this isn't Star Wars. I don't like this. I can understand where they have the emotional attachment to what was, the nostalgia. They're emotionally tied to that. So seeing anything that is not exactly what they want it to be, they're going to be resistant to it. But what I don't understand is when people are just like so fucking ruthless about it. Like, oh, this is not Star Wars because there's no Jedi. Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought Andor was a really good spy show. If you like spy movies and spy shows, I think this is a fantastic show. It happens in the, just replace police and corrupt government with stormtroopers and imperial leaders.
That's what I was saying. Andor probably could have been set in any time period, any any other property, and it could have worked. Like I said, it was written good enough that you could have done it anywhere. It happened to have Star Wars elements. So I don't think there's really anything wrong with that. But
hey, Jersey Creeps, we just did an episode on AI Star Wars. It comes out soon, real soon. We did a whole episode on AI Star Wars fan films. So I think
have you seen? I follow this page. It's like Stormtrooper daily vlogs, and it's AI, and it's Stormtroopers going about their fucking normal day, business as usual. Like they're jumping off of a fucking TIE fighter or a lander or something, and they're like, "Oh shit, I gotta go. My boss is coming," and Darth Vader's walking up behind them. I think those fucking things are hilarious.
Hey,
I've seen that one
in the original trilogy, and I know that's like kind of like the more future from the prequels when they had the clones. Is there still clones left in that era, or are they all hired on?
No, they switch. It's covered in Bad Batch, where they talk about switching from clones to regular people.
Did not know that.
It was Tarkin who was really the driving force behind switching from clones to regular people.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they there's still clones that survive through. I think they age a lot faster, so they're fucking ancient, old, decrepit things like the Battle of Lothal. Captain Rex is still around.
So if they do another Book of Boba Fett, he could meet himself somewhere.
So
I'm my own grandpa.
One of the big fights, and I have a firm stance on this, is that Captain Rex was at the Battle of Endor. And
I've seen it with the guy with the beard. I've seen
that's Nick Sant.
That
is not Captain Rex. That is Nick Sant. It has been Nick Sant for years. It's not Captain Rex. Just because there's a bearded guy in
fucking old dude with a white beard.
Yeah, and they put a beard on Captain Rex in Rebels. No, that doesn't automatically mean that's him.
But I like the idea though, and I like that.
But he could be there, but that's not him. He is not the guy in the biker scout armor. No,
I think in live action, there's really only been the one, kind of teaser of a clone still, out and about, and I think it's in Obi-Wan, when he's going to try to get baby Leia after she's been kidnapped. He walks through the city and there's like a bum sitting there. He's got the clone helmet sitting next to him.
He's the 501st guy. It's basically Tamora Morrison with the beard laying on the ground.
And that's another series that Star Wars extremists did not like, and they hated on it. But and also because he had to meet Vader again and do that battle, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it was very cool, man. I loved it. I thought it was a good series. I like the Obi-Wan series.
I really liked it too. I think a lot of people were expecting it to be a Obi-Wan and Luke thing, but it couldn't be, because Luke's relationship with Obi-Wan kind of starts at fucking in New Hope. It wouldn't have been a good story to go with he's got to go rescue Luke now, because Luke would be like in New Hope, "Oh, hey, I remember you. You fucking saved me from those people that kidnapped me."
I don't think you really needed either of the kids. I don't think you needed Luke or Leia to be.
He didn't, but the girl who played little Leia was pretty cute and
she did a good job.
No,
it was fun.
Oh, she did. She did a great job. I just don't think that had to be part of the story. There's other stuff they could have done,
but they had to do politics with it and stuff like that, and lead into Andor and shit.
Yeah, I don't think that tied into Andor.
It did a little bit.
I don't think it much. I don't think it was that big. I don't think you needed it.
Yeah, I just made that up, so I'm not sure exactly how it did.
What would be a series, a TV series, movie series, whatever? What would be a story that you would like to see other than the Lando one that you suggested? What would be a story? It doesn't have to be existing material. It could be something.
I'm already big on something that they're already working on, or they're floating around ideas, and they've been doing this for a while. A Star Wars horror series, and it's, I don't know if it's zombies or whatever else, or stormtrooper. They already did the stormtrooper zombies that are in Ahsoka, but that was comical at best. but this is supposed to be like actual horror, trying to be horror, but you know, set for an audience where everyone can watch it, you know, so it's going to be like the Conjuring series or something stupid, but still it's set within the Star Wars universe. Now, if you get the right director and the right storyteller to do it, you know, I think it would be cool. You know, I love the video games like Dead Space and stuff like that are like, you know, horror themed, but space themed. You know, you don't have to have aliens running at you and blowing them up, but you know, you can have it psychological, you know, and still PG-13 or something like that, you know, with a little bit of gore.
I think Star Wars Theory, I think is the guy that I'm thinking of. He does, he had like a comic book that he was working on. I think maybe it wasn't him. It was like Vader stumbles upon a abandoned Star Destroyer, and it's full of fucking zombie troopers, like legit zombie troopers.
No, Star Wars Theory, he did, well, you know, he did Vader, Shards of the Past. He's done with part 2, getting ready to work on part 3. I don't think he does comics. He just started. He just did his first AI video this week. It was funny. He put it out right after we recorded our episode about AI Star Wars.
He's got you bugged. He's trying to compete with the best Star Wars podcast. He's got a lot of work.
Something I would kind of like, and it's something we talked about on that episode. I would like to see kind of a bunch of comic and books and things like that using AI. You could actually flush out some of those stories, kind of put them out there, short, 5-10 minute stories where,
they don't even have to be canon. It could be just like the Lando thing, telling him in the bar. It could be someone else telling the story in the bar where it's not canon. It's just what he says.
Exactly. A way to get some of that information out to other people, because, there were tons of comics written, tons of stories. And, I'm not going to go back and read every single comic, but there could be a story that was really good. Hey, why don't we do a couple, short episodes?
Yeah, Clone Luke, man. Clone Luke.
Yeah, something like that.
Great.
And just some short, 5-10 minute ones. Whether you're doing it you can do it in 5 parts. So it's not even an hour long. You can cover a bunch of stuff like that. That's the stuff I'd like to see. And
you can do a whole episode on the droid uprising where they go to their own bar. Like,
I'd like to.
Droids are fun.
I'd like to see something like that, because, like I said, one of my favorite books were the Tales books. Like Tales of Jabba's Palace is probably my second favorite one, where it talks about Bib Fortuna surviving after the thing. It talks about the origin of the Rancor, things like that. How Jabba Hutt coming into power. Things like that. There's so many
things that put little pieces of the story back together.
Yes,
a little bit.
You can have all these little offshoots that they don't, like I said, they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be canon, but they can fill in little gaps, and I think they would be entertaining. Like I said, I saw one of the first fan films I saw that I really liked was about finding the Rancor. How where it came from, and you never even saw the Rancor in the film because it was that good.
It was in the Bad Batch though, when they rescued like the baby one.
Yeah, but this was years ago. This was probably 8 years ago when I saw this one, and it was a simple, like I said, it was a simple fan film. Probably had about 5 or 6 people in it, but it talked about how they found the Rancor. Really good, and just little things like that, because you have somebody who's got to train it.
Right.
Then there's, like I said, just in Jabba's palace, that was technically a monastery. So how it got taken over,
so much
like
interesting
that.
shit, like the spider droids and shit.
Yeah, those are the monks.
I think in the comic books and the books, Bib Fortuna's brain was put into one of those spider droids.
That's literally from Tales from Jabba's Palace.
And the spider droids are from the monastery.
Yeah.
Like all the monastery
greats
are
the brains of
the monks.
And that's really cool. That shit just walks around, and that's in the original fucking shit. Like the original trilogy. Like, dude, we need to elaborate on that.
You see those droids, the spider droids with the brain sacks. You see them in Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett. You know, there's no context to them. You just see them.
We don't have a lot
across.
of droids that are mixed with human parts or you know, lifelike parts in Star Wars. You know, that we know of, other than, you know, what's his name with all the lightsabers and shit, the smoking voice and stuff.
General Grievous.
General Grievous, yeah. Which is a whole nother story they can do, you know.
You could, like I said, you can fill in little gaps here and there. That's the stuff I would like to see.
Jersey Creeps Collectibles, he said, have they ever did a bounty hunter show? And there was a plan to do that. And I think they tried to film certain shit, and it did not happen. They never released any of it, but there was an idea to do a whole like Star Wars themed show.
So
but just like doing the whole set,
they should do War of the Bounty
out.
Hunters.
But this was like in the 90s when they tried to do it.
But
it didn't work out.
We talked about it real quick. The whole thing with Lando, where the droid becomes part of the Millennium Falcon. That was actually a storyline in one of the books where IG-88 actually became part of the Death Star too.
Oh,
that story had been done before. Yeah.
For me, I would love to see from the comic books. They had a story arc called The Dark Droids, where like it was the droid uprising, like Fallen was saying. I would love to see that. I mean, it kind of takes place right in between. I want to say it takes place between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. So it's when Luke is out, you know, kind of really training, you know, to, you know, because he kind of has this fucking gap where he don't know what he's doing in New Hope, and then he comes back in Empire Strikes Back and he knows what he's doing. So there's this time that passes, and, you know, he's out training with the Creel, like he fights Creel, trains lightsaber duels with Creel, who ends up being a sergeant stormtrooper. But the Dark Droid story was really good. There was like the 000 matrix, personality matrix that starts taking over all of the droids. Dr. Aphra figures out how to like lock down the fucking the personality matrix. I think that would be a good story, because you don't really need any of the main characters. You don't need Luke, Leia, Han. You could do the story without them.
But I also think that, like, if Disney was going to do like these AIs or cartoons that are 30-minute shorts, they need to forget about their sequel trilogy and all that shit. Like, some of that stuff, I really want them to do the Dark Horse comic books for Star Wars and the clone Luke, where when he loses his hand, like, it gets taken by the Imperials, and the Emperor clones a evil Luke.
That's something I'd like to see.
Great story, man.
You know,
the Emperor does
out.
Sabaoth.
Okay, yeah. But still,
you know, also, like, how did Maz Kanata end up with Luke's lightsaber?
Yeah,
they never expanded. Yeah.
You know, that
She's
things like that.
How is it just there in her box?
Yeah,
she's little E.T.
little
Indiana
things,
Jones. That's all.
Little things like that. I'd like to see. You know, kind of talked about. Where you've got, there's so many different things like that. You know, where did Snoke come from? You get some bullshit throwaway line. Oh, I created him. Well, there's got to be more to it. When did you create him? You know, how did all of that take place?
That's a story for another time.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on with the story about Mary Sue, who we don't explain nothing, but she collects junk. You know, here she is. Jersey Creep also asked, like, is it true Disney has to pay George Lucas X amount of dollars every time they name a show somebody from the original trilogy? No,
I don't
it's
believe
not true.
So.
They
that probably
made the
all
deal
went
where
with the sale. Yeah,
they own every single character. Like, they made sure they paid outright for this. They're still owing money.
And it's crazy because they actually paid for his sequel trilogy treatment. Like, they bought it from him.
Yes,
they didn't just
he had
buy
ideas. He was
and they paid for that, and that's why he was kind of surprised they didn't use it, because
he was involved, and then
he didn't have to give them that.
They told him to leave.
Yeah. He was
we like got it, bro. We got it.
Saw, like, I know when he saw
we don't got it.
The movie, he was just like, what the fuck have I done?
Really?
Yeah, I
it's
mean-
not like he was doing that great, anyways.
I don't know. Would you rather have not?
Don't put the pussy on a pedestal. I mean, the George Lucas.
Yeah.
I think so. I think the sequel series, the first one, Force Awakens, was pretty good. I think it was pretty good. And then after that, it was just fucking. It was all like, what in the fuck are we doing? Nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
Actually, you're wrong, because that first movie, it's just the same old shit. The rest of the movies are actually better because they're different.
I thought it was good. Like I'm of the school of thought where I'm not, I'm not an original fan. I grew up aware of Star Wars. Like my dad was big into Star Wars. He took me to see. I've told this story on the show before. He took me to see New Hope when it was on a re-release, and he had gassed me up the whole way to the movie theater. He's like, when Darth Vader comes on screen, you got to stand up in the movie theater and boo. And I remember I was the only fucking person in the theater that did it. My dad thought it was hilarious, but like that was the extent,
bro.
That was the extent of my Star Wars knowledge. Like I was aware of the movies, but I wasn't like a huge fan. I wasn't obsessed with the shows. And then when Phantom Menace came out, I was like, oh yeah, this is great. And then that's what really got me into Star Wars, to go back, watch the original movies, watch the sequel series. So
man, you're a backwards kid. That's weird.
The original, the prequel series, there was a long time where everybody hated that. It was the worst thing running in Star Wars. And now we're kind of in a renaissance period where
never me.
People are warming up to it.
I always liked the prequels.
I think given enough time, even giving it enough time, I don't see the sequel series having that sort of fondness, people looking back and loving them. I don't see it happening. That's why I think the best thing Disney could do is to say, these movies they stand alone on their own now. You can still enjoy them. They're still great stories.
I disagree.
Like them.
Because we live in an age where people make YouTube videos about shit they hate. People will remember loving the shit that they hate. And they will make videos about loving the shit that they hate. And remember watching those videos about the people who hated the shit that they loved, that they hated. So, dude, it's going to be a whole weird thing in the future. Dude, how people are weird about shit now, they're going to be weird about it then. They're going to love the sequel trilogy. They're going to be all Raylos and like love the Raylo shit, and like how they invented new force diodes and powers.
When he went and he milked that fucking alien's big old blue titty and got the blue milk,
they're going to love it.
Cinematic genius.
Because in the future, nobody's going to watch movies. They're going to watch parts that set them off, like the blue milk.
TikTok form.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be different in the future. And all these kids who didn't grow up with that shit, but they grew up with the YouTube people talking shit about it, they're going to love that shit and then rewatch the movies and say, yeah, this was actually really great. I don't know why people hated it, because we're not going to be making movies in the future. We're going to be making a bunch of shit.
Yeah. We're going to be making short form content.
Yeah.
Yep. I think just Star Wars, just like any other fandom, I think the toxicity seems to overpower the positivity a lot of the times. People watching the reviews and the hatred. Oh, this is the worst thing ever. And before they even give it a chance, I think a lot of people see the reviews and they take those reviews as the gospel, and then they don't give things a chance. I like to try to watch everything that I can and view it with an open mind. The sequel series, they're not my favorites by any stretch of the imagination. I watch them. I've watched them multiple times. I'm entertained by them, but I don't find that I enjoy them as, Star Wars canon, in my opinion. I consider them like just decent shit that not even decent. They're just things that Disney put out to,
I think it's fun to watch. I think it's fun to watch like wrestling. When they do the whole what's her name, the bitch with the pink hair, they do her move where she dies, and they call it the Admiral, whatever her name is, move.
Oh, the Holdo maneuver.
Yeah, that's like a wrestling move that you hate, but you remember that WrestleMania episode because when Star Wars goes to the theater, it's like WrestleMania. You go see it. you know?
Yeah.
And you remember the holdover mover or whatever it is, whatever that wrestling term is.
The Heimlich maneuver, yeah.
Yeah. You remember it because it was a bad part of WrestleMania. And you're like, bro, I'm still going to watch every WrestleMania because I got them all on VHS.
Yeah.
I'm going to rewatch all these. And I love to critique every single match
The box.
as a Star Wars WrestleMania fan.
Mhm.
So you see what I'm saying here? You're still going to remember all this shit. You're still going to rewatch shit here and there.
Oh god, I did. I tried to rewatch The Last Jedi, and I put it on while I was doing something, and I'm just like, fuck, man.
Do you remember when the Stormtroopers turned red? That was cool.
You know, the fucking part of that movie that kills me every fucking time, and it really makes me hate the fact that I'm watching it, is when they fly now. It's like, what the fuck is this? This is like supposed to be a scene that's kind of intense, and you're putting this levity of like comedy. Oh, bro, timing. Oh, they fly.
When
now.
has
like,
that not happened in Star Wars? That has happened in every single Star Wars action scene of all time.
But also, if you go back, okay, that's set how long? We'll call it 30 years after Return of the Jedi. But Clone Wars was set 25 years ahead of that, where Mandalorians had jetpacks.
Yeah, but these people know they don't know. These are like garbage people.
Okay,
and,
but the man.
like,
Okay,
Poe says that, right?
Poe and Finn, they're not fucking garbage people. Do you think that if they're gonna see Finn was in the fucking
he's
first
part
order,
of the
he didn't know that they had fucking jetpacks?
No,
look at Mandalorian. Mandalorian is 5 years after Return of the Jedi,
but he's also in on the joke. He's trying to help his gay friend that he was supposed to be gay with originally to be funny. Okay,
you know they had jetpacks in the Mandalorian, which is 5 years. So we're talking a 15-year.
So you're saying that they fly
difference.
Now? They're flying.
They
now.
did.
Yeah.
They flew in.
They flew.
I mean, yeah, because you think about the Imperial Commandos. I mean, those were the Imperial Commandos are fucking badass. I love those things. I want Black Series to make the Imperial Commando helmet. I'll fucking buy it.
Chizzle hates you right now. You said Black Series. Stop making shit in Black Series.
I'm okay with
the Black Series, whatever. These are Black Series.
Oh, I got that one. I got it up there. Yeah, I got it.
That was the only one I did not get.
I had to do a lot of fucking modifying to this thing because I got a giant fucking head.
Me too. So I will never fit in one if it fits on you then.
When I put it on, like the fucking top would pop off and the back would pop off of the things because my fucking head is too wide. So I had to get in there. I had to
and you're like a normal sized dude, man.
I got a fucking big head. I do. I have to special buy my hats. I can't just go fucking buy a hat.
Oh,
anyways.
me too. Dude, I have to get like a fitted hat that's at least 8. And that's even tight, dude. Like
if I'm getting like a straight build fitted head, I have to go with the 7 3/4. It's a fucking obscene.
Oh,
it's the depth of it.
I'm way bigger than you, dude.
It's the fucking depth of it.
when I was hella big, my hat was like a 7 7/8. It was fucking big. Now I bet that thing would fall over my fucking face. But
that's the thing with these fucking. I think they're black. I think black. They're labeled as Black Series.
No, that's Black Series.
The Moff Gideon one was no problem. That fucking it was one piece though. I didn't have to put it together. I mean, it just
don't mention.
Oh wait, no, I think I had to put the top on.
Dude, the Ahsoka clone trooper helmet. That thing was fucking huge. Dude, you probably could have fit that one. That thing was giant.
What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I'm just saying
you got a fucking watermelon on your neck. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, just don't carve it up, bro.
Like I have a biker scout helmet, and that thing like just fits me like almost perfect.
Bonk and bink.
I really want to buy the Death Trooper one, but after getting this one and seeing what I had to do tearing it apart to get it to fit on my fucking head, I'd almost rather, have somebody that does 3D printing, like have one made.
Unworthy people don't buy helmets to wear them. They buy them to display, bro.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
You're
out of your fucking mind. You think I don't wear this motherfucker?
Mine were all stacked up in my dining room forever.
Look at this dude. Now you just
need
the
microphone too.
You need the comm though.
It's got a microphone right built into it.
Oh, it does. Wow, that's cool.
Man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
The Moff Gideon one doesn't have a voice changer, but this.
I bought the comm at Disneyland that comes with it, so you hook it up to your phone and you can talk through it. That's cool. Hey man, you're bleeding from the front, so you gotta tape a pad to it or something.
All right, well, let's bring this fucking hashtag giveaway hashtag up. We'll share the screen so people know. We've got the thing scrolling down at the bottom. We'll share the screen here.
The zipper face helmet. I don't know if I'm going to buy that one.
The zipper face?
Yeah. The stranger's helmet. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to buy that one. Jersey Creeps asked. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get that one.
So that the GameStop is going out of business where I'm at, and they had the closing sale. It was actually yesterday was the last day, and that's where they had the closeout sale. I only ended up paying $60 for that.
You guys got to remember, there's 2 capital letters in this hashtag. I think that works. I don't know, or can it all be lowercase? I don't know.
I think it has to. You have to have the capitals the same, or maybe
all
not.
Right, so that's why you probably only had 2, because I seen a bunch of people who just had lowercase.
No, we really just had 2.
Yeah.
Wait, Danny's like, I can't believe I'm still here watching.
That's the Sith rule. They always travel
time out.
2 or whatever.
If this episode has taught me anything, is that one, I don't know a goddamn thing about Star Wars. And when men talk about Star Wars and they know what they're talking about, you shut the fuck up. You'd say nothing. You be a good boy. You sit in your chair. You listen. You just don't. But and the most important thing when you want Danny to shut the fuck up, just talk about Star Wars. I'll shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna be honest. Remember that we had the what's the gentleman's name that did the Never Hike Alone movies?
Oh, get the fuck out of here, man.
When he was on, no,
man, come on.
No, listen, shut up. Listen, this is how I was. I was just kind of a silent observer that whole episode.
Right. But you know about Jason.
You're about Jason.
Observer. Everybody knows. Jason really doesn't have a lore though. Like it's just there's no lore there. Like it's just
he doesn't need one.
He does it. Like everybody knows. So many,
even kids nowadays my daughter's never seen a Jason movie, but she knows who he is.
I would get lost like just watching like 2 Star Wars movies and then trying to understand anything. So it's like, but listen, I can appreciate it.
Hey,
and
Jason was in space. Jason X.
He was.
That's it's close to Star Wars.
That's okay. Couples have different interests. Thanks, Diggs.
Thank you, Diggs. All right. Well, we got 4 entries, and so one of 4 lucky people are going to win this Blockies.
It'll be me.
Darth Vader Blockies. We're going to spin it. This is a birthday giveaway. Tomorrow starts. Today is All Rowdy's Eve, which means the birthday week begins tomorrow. Starting with myself tomorrow, Danny on Saturday, Blitz Figs on Sunday, honorary birthday. So next week we're gonna have a full-on birthday bash spectacular to close out the week of the Rowdy. So this is our little birthday gift from us to you. So all 4 of you that entered, good luck, and we're gonna go ahead and draw. See what it is?
Sir.
It is going to be Fallen, I guarantee it.
Oh, God.
Yes!
All right. Reroll it, man. Reroll it. I ain't winning. I don't need no Blockies. Dark Victor.
Dark Victor. Dark Victor.
Jersey Creeps and Collectibles.
There you go.
Shoot me a message on Instagram with your address. I will get this out to you on Monday. Happy birthday to you, or happy Rowdymas to you from us.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yes.
Congrats,
and we've reached
D-Rotten.
the portion of our show, Danny, where we like to give back to the community. And I understand you have something that you would like to share this week.
Yeah, real quick. Very brief. So I am going to talk about something I do know about, and we talked about horror. I'm a big horror fan. Always been a big horror fan. So let me share the screen. So at least where the fuck is it? Okay, present share. All right. So behind the scenes, I have partnered with Printed in Blood. And what is Printed in Blood? Basically, it's art books basically celebrating different artists and based on different genres. So I had partnered with them, and I've been working behind the scenes and trying to working some things out. So like coming this spring, and hopefully by late February, we're gonna have an art book coming out dedicated to toy photography, and it's Printed in Blood presents Plastic Nightmares. And so it's gonna be dope. Showcasing 15 different toy photographers. It's gonna be an awesome book. I can't wait. I've been collecting Printed in Blood books for a while already, and it's gonna be dope, man. Like I had a conversation with Steve. He's the co-owner. He's also one of the publishers there, co-publishers there, and he had his idea where he said he loves Star Wars, and he was talking about how much he loves and appreciates toy photography, and like he basically said, he gave me the keys and said, hey, I want you to find these people and let's put this book together. So it's an awesome project that I'm involved in. So this is just basically the announcement. We have a book coming out called Plastic Nightmares, and hopefully pre-orders start in February, and we're looking for this book to be released in the spring. So I am very much excited about this.
Jersey, it's not Son of 100 Maniacs. It's 10,000 Maniacs, I think. Or it's 1,000. I think you left out a 0 or 2. And that's Freddy's dad. So you got to pick one of them.
Well, that's an awesome thing, Danny. I'm in the group chat as well. I'm not participating in doing art, but I've been participating as a moderator and helping out where necessary. And it's been awesome to see the way that this is coming together and the exposure that this is going to give a lot of people doing their photography. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And congratulations.
Yeah.
Has the action figure photography been dying down a bit, like within the action figure community? Like I've seen the market like die down a bit. I mean, I haven't been doing so much, but still, I've seen it die a little bit.
What I've noticed is it seems like that for a stretch of time there, it was every week you were getting more and more and more people, more and more accounts that were doing it. And lately it does seem like there's less new people joining in on it. I don't think I haven't seen it to where it died down any. I still see, pictures all day, every day. But it's always the same people these days. Maybe that's the algorithm working against the hobby. But it does seem like there's not many new people jumping onto it lately.
I think it's a lot of people selling their old collection, not doing their shit anymore, not doing the action figure photography, but still the OGs still are. So
I think the algorithm and IG playing it, doing a lot of changes plays a big part in it. I think those who have been doing it for a while, who kind of learned how to manage even through all the changes, those are the ones who kind of stuck around. But there are people like me and Unworthy who, again, this is just a fun hobby. But, again, we land in situations like this now, right? Where I have this opportunity that I've been given this opportunity to give exposure to other artists, right? But also have my hands in this and work on something. So, again, it hopefully it brings that love and passion again with toy photography to people, because now it's like, again, it's your art in somebody else's hands. Somebody else is going to be able to purchase a book with your art in it, right? And again, this is something, and me and Unworthy were talking about this. It's something where you kind of like set the bar, right? I want to set the bar high on this one because it opens up opportunities for more, right? Different themes, not just horror,
not just
themes.
Horror,
right? Everything else. So
I like that idea. Like I would definitely like be in the market for a book like that.
Yeah. So stay tuned, man. It's coming. Plastic Nightmares is going to be the first, and I think I'm hoping it does really good. I'm going to promote the shit out of it. So, yeah.
And if you're a great like action figure poser and you're used to doing that kind of work, if you're looking to get rid of your figures, you sell them on eBay, but you pose them in like great poses. Dude,
he's very high. This guy's very proud of his poses on his eBay account. Yeah,
yes, my eBay account, when I sell figures, they're posed well. Okay?
Fantastic. Like if you're shopping in the market for toys, you really should just do yourself a favor.
You stop on my figures. They might be priced higher out of your budget, but they make it look fucking good.
Hey, we've done that in the store. Something doesn't sell, we take it out of the package, put it at the exact same price, but have the figure posed, and it'll sell within a couple days.
Yeah,
it's crazy how that happens,
because people think, well, I can do that, and then it turns out to be some numbskull who can't pose a fucking figure for their life, but they buy it.
And you can tune into his show on Wednesdays called The Weekly Habit.
Shots fired.
Those figures are already posed. They're called skybangers or something.
He got so mad because he was selling at the Pulga, and I came out one day and I reposed all of his figures on the table, and he's like, "God damn it, that was way better." And then he sold some of them.
That's awesome.
All right, well, this has been a great episode. Had a lot of fun chatting with you guys. Chizzle, go ahead and give everybody the rundown where they can find your show.
Anywhere podcasts are available. We even are on YouTube. That's the only one I ever look at to see how many people look at it. Amazon, iTunes, all that stuff. I don't handle that part. I let my producer handle all that. We got an Instagram that I almost never update that I need to. I'm going to start doing a bunch of shorts on there. We've been talking. We really need to pick up our social media stuff across all. I have like 4 different social media pages for all the different stuff I do. So need to really, work on that. That's my goal for this year. I got some other ones.
He works on his money making ones, which is for his toy shows, which are the big ones. So,
those do take up more of my time. Cake, so yeah, that's I do spend more time on that stuff because that's where I'm making more money, but I just want to get better across the board.
Yeah, and that's true. And also check out Hoodcast AF. Hey,
that's what I was about to say. Tell us
on there too.
Tell us where we can find you, where else we can find you, Fallen, and where we can tune into your show.
Hoodcast AF is one of the original action figure podcasts, not the first, but we're out there as like one of the early starters, and we've been around forever, and we're still out there. And yeah, the show has changed, gone through like a lot of different changes from just different pop culture fucking shit that we talk about, but it's always fun and it's great time, and it's available on any podcast network, including YouTube. So yeah, it's easy to find Hoodcast AF, and we talk a bunch of shit. And
yes. It's all very entertaining. My boss has become the star of the show, it seems.
He has. Because he sends us a lot of gifts and a lot of, anyone can contact us and we'll put you on the show. So it's easy to do.
Fantastic. And Danny, as for Danny, you can find him on OnlyFans. It's www.onlyfans.com/tu papi chulo pequeño salchicha. It's all one word. No capitals.
Now I'll never find it because I can't spell all those last words.
But we like to end our show every week with a quote. Fallen, Chizzles, do you have any quotes, Star Wars or otherwise? Any quotes you'd like to end the notes off?
Hey, don't get cocky, kid.
Yeah.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
good night, beautiful.
Thank you for tuning in.
Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button.
Click that notification bell
for more content.